Thank you, Mr Speaker. I rise to speak to the Transport Legislation, Road Safety and Other Matters Amendment Bill 2019. I note at the outset that the LNP will not be opposing this bill because we support practical measures that reduce road trauma on Queensland roads. The numbers say that death and serious injury on Queensland roads cost $5 billion per year, but the toll on families and loved ones cannot be measured. Tragically, like too many Queenslanders, this is an issue that I have had personal experience of in recent times. It's clear that more needs to be done. Any steps that we as legislators can take to reduce the road toll need to be considered. One of this bill's objectives is to strengthen the approach to drink driving, and I wholeheartedly support any steps that discourage the actions of those who choose to disregard the safety of others by drink driving. The correlation between drink driving and road fatalities is well known. Around 1 in 5 fatalities on Queensland roads involve drink drivers. When I was in the military, Army officers who were convicted of even a low-range drink driving offence were routinely discharged from the Army. In my opinion, this is how it should be. Leaders should be held to a higher standard, especially in relation to simple behavioural expectations like drink driving, because the consequences of doing the wrong thing are just too great. The proposed amendments to the Alcohol Ignition Interlock program, which will include mid-range drink driving offenders and will extend the applicable timeframe to 5 years, make sense to me. We heard earlier from the member for Morani who said that he thought it was unfair that mid-range drink drivers should be punished with inclusion in the Interlock program. I respectfully disagree, and I'd contend that having a blood alcohol content of 0.10 isn't an inadvertent mistake. We know that those drivers with a mid-range blood alcohol content of between 0.1 and 0.149 have a crash risk 20 times greater than a driver with no alcohol in their system. The evidence is pretty clear. Mid-range drink drivers are a risk to both themselves and to other road users. The Interlock program is a reasonable response to this insidious problem. The bill also introduces changes in relation to the enforcement of speeding offences, particularly in relation to point-to-point speed cameras. And again, the link between speeding and motor vehicle incidents is well known, and yet Queenslanders continue to speed. It's clear that the enforcement of speed limits through the use of the camera-detected offence program works, and the research says that point-to-point cameras are more effective at reducing speeds over long stretches of roads when compared to fixed or mobile cameras. So I support the rollout of more point-to-point speed cameras, including those in areas with multiple speed limits. It would be hypocritical of me to stand up here today and to not acknowledge that I have exceeded the speed limit at times in the past, as I suspect most people in this place have. But that said, every time that I drive back from Brisbane to my home in Buderim, I can't help but check my speed as I hit the point-to-point speed camera that exists at Wild Horse Mountain. Point-to-point speed cameras work, and for that reason I support the provisions contained within this bill. Mr Speaker, it's clear that drink driving and speeding are major factors which result in serious motor vehicle incidents, but so too is road condition and design. In my own electorate of Buderim, the Mooloolah River interchange at Mountain Creek is an example of a road that, due to poor design, results in serious motor vehicle accidents each and every month. Tackling road safety needs to be considered holistically. Just like the strengthened provisions in relation to drink driving and speeding, attention needs to be paid to proactive investment in road safety upgrades. Aside from reducing congestion, I don't believe that road safety upgrades have had a sufficient priority, and I look forward to long-standing problems like the Mooloolah River interchange being afforded the priority that they deserve. Mr Speaker, unlike some more senior members of the House, I've grown up in a society where drink driving has never been acceptable. For me, the current provisions don't go far enough in relation to drink driving offences. However, I am supportive of the changes contained within this bill because they're a step in the right direction.